Welcome to Body, Brain, Breath. My name is David Lobenstein, and this is my collection of tips and techniques to make you a happier and more effective therapist. I want to suggest something crazy. To make your session better, you should aim to do less rather than more. I believe that if we are working at our best as massage therapists, our goal should be to do the minimum necessary with every stroke we give. Now again, I know this runs counter to how we think of our work as massage therapists, but that, I believe, is proof that it is valuable. Okay? Think about the problems that we encounter as massage therapists. All of the problems that injure us, that shorten our careers, that burn us out, all of those problems come from doing too much, from trying too hard, from pushing too deep, from working in uncomfortable positions. All of it is about excess, right? It's about our desire to help this client, and that desire is so big that we end up doing more than we should. Now, what we don't often talk about, but is just as important, is we know when we work too hard, we know how it's damaging to us because we feel it, right? But I also think that it is damaging to the client. Because when we are so determined to make that client feel better, when we dig as hard as we can into their lumbar spine, right? That's setting off their defense mechanisms. That's triggering their autonomic nervous system, and specifically their fight or flight response, to guard and protect against the possibility of injury. Client is never going to say, hey, wait a minute, you're alerting my sympathetic nervous system here, right? But that's what's happening on a deep unconscious level, okay? So doing too much, it's not good for us and it's not good for the client. So instead, I want to suggest an alternative. Let's do less. Let's do the minimum amount needed. So think about this from a sports perspective, okay? Todd Hargrove, he's an awesome blogger. He runs bettermovement.com. He has this great point, which of course totally makes sense when you step back and think about it, which is that effective movement that is as powerful as it needs to be, as efficient as it can be, right? Effective movement is more like sculpture than like painting, okay? It's not about adding more and more and more action and effort. It's actually the opposite. It's like sculpting out of a stone where you're taking pieces away until only the exact minimum, the essence, is left. And that is what we need as massage therapists. After all, we're athletes too, right? Think about the most amazing sports stars and athletes that we know, right? When Steph Curry shoots that beautiful three-pointer, there is not an ounce of wasted movement, right? When those amazing Olympic divers jump from 30 feet, in the air and then splash down so precisely that you can barely see the water rise in the pool, right? It's all about the minimum effort, making everything as efficient as possible. And so I think that that's what we need to get used to in our massages. So I believe that one of the ways that you can make your massage amazing, one of those things that has nothing to do with whatever stroke you're doing, okay, is actually to think about doing less. Try it out and tell me what you think. So now I want to hear from you. Tell me what you thought in the comments section below. Like or subscribe if you are so inclined, and join my newsletter if you haven't already at bodybrainbreath.com. Thanks so much.